today I want to talk about something I kind of saw recently from a channel that I just recently discovered, and this guy that just sounds really similar to me. It's crazy how YouTube does this at times, and I'm referring to Just Funny, and I'll leave the link to his channel. Well, hopefully I don't die in this situation. Oh, okay, nope. Okay, nope. Come on. Ah, shoot. Ouch, okay. Wow, okay, good thing I set my spawn point here. So, what I want to talk about is feeling, not feeling like part of a group, or not being part of a group, I guess. And the topic, it was something that I heard from Just Funny's one of his videos about how he never felt part of any friend group that he was in, and how he always kind of felt, ooh, damn it, how he always kind of felt like the black sheep, the one that's kind of like the, let's say, odd one out or something like that. And I have definitely experienced that too in my own friend groups, different friend groups that I've been in, and how I have tried, I usually am kind of part of them, but when it comes to actually, like, if I really feel like I'm part of a group, there's really that sense or that feeling that I don't fully belong. And it's something I've experienced, I think, even way back into elementary school, and how I, like the same friend group I've mentioned them before, how I felt kind of close, or I felt like we were at least fairly close, but at the same time there was always this lingering feeling at the back of my mind, or just in general, of not feeling like I'm fully part of the group. And especially in, I'd say, middle school and high school, it's been there even more prevalent, what I say, where I didn't fully feel like we discussed like many things, we had like many interests, like gaming interest and all of that, but when it comes to if I really fully felt in the group, I didn't ever really fully feel like I was part of the group. I guess the flip side would be that I kind of fit into like any group I choose, so to speak, rather than, oh, I'm only like fitting into this group. I kind of flow in and out of groups, and I also am able to like easily just, I'm not sure if easily is the word, but I'm that person that would not really talk much in the group, and then maybe I'll talk like once in a while or something, then I'll just go completely quiet. And it's been interesting to see that, and I definitely struggled with that, because I've always like wanted to be part of the group, wanted to like share all the inside jokes and all the interests, but it's just never really clicked like that. There's always some kind of, I don't know, something off, or just something, it's hard to describe, but yeah, something just felt like it wasn't fully connecting. So I didn't try to force it. I tried to get closer, but I mean, oh my goodness, I almost fell. I was close. Right, so yeah, as I was saying, I never tried to like force it. I always kind of hoped that we would actually get closer, but I mean, if it wasn't working, well, it wasn't working. So yeah, and like even with fitting in, I guess even in high school, I guess too, I tried like fitting into like a different friend group that I hardly ever talked to. The people there, barely talked to them. I don't know what I was thinking, but I tried like fitting into their group, like being part of their group, and at that point, or at that time when I tried to do it, it was just very obvious that I wasn't part of this group. And like they didn't like shun me or anything. They didn't make me feel unwelcome, but it was much more apparent rather than like the usual where it sort of feels like I'm not really part of the group. Here it's just like downright apparent that I'm not really part of this group. So I went back to my old friend group after testing that out, and yeah, I kind of like tried to like stay with them, fit in, and all of that. But I guess I'd say I'm still searching for a group of people or the type of friend group that I'd really like connect with. And obviously, like you can't connect with somebody on every single front and like you agree with them on every single thing, but just to have even something that's much more closer and doesn't feel like, oh, I'm trying to fit in but I don't really fit in, that kind of thing. So yeah, I guess yeah, I guess I'm still kind of searching for that group. When it happens, it will eventually happen, but until then, I guess I'll just keep searching for it. And is that's also like the other thing too, is like it's not to say that I hate my friend group or I don't want to like be with them or be close to them because we don't fit or we don't mesh as much as we used to, or there's that lingering feeling of not fitting in, so I don't want to be around them. I do seriously still enjoy their company, and I definitely still enjoy like the interactions and the jokes and being like maybe like on a Discord call and just chatting or catching up and that sort of thing. But wow, I can't seem to jump. Okay, but yeah, I guess like even with all of that, like I don't regret being part of that friend group. And although we're definitely not even talking as much as we used to, I mean maybe they are amongst themselves, but for me the distance just seems to be slowly growing more and more, and it's kind of sad. If I'm being honest, it's kind of sad like having that and seeing maybe like friends that you were really close with, or you share a lot of tastes and all of that, and life happens and you start to grow apart slowly. And I'd say is even like it with it being sad, it's also wow, it's raining. Okay, even like with it being kind of sad, it's I think there's a like underlying, I say pain, yeah, like a mix of sadness and pain, like seeing that happen and like watching the drift happen. That's interesting. Okay. Geez, I keep getting sidetracked. Yeah, like seeing that happen, especially like if you notice it happening, because sometimes obviously like you just naturally grow apart from the friends you used to be with, and you don't fully notice it until like one day you realized, oh wow, we've really grown apart. But I've been able to like see it happen like live and realize that it's happening, and there's not really much I can like do to stop it or do to like halt it. Obviously like I could like try to go back to the kind of person that I was. Okay, not going that way. Whew. That was close. But yeah, even with that, is that a spider? Okay. Anyways, so even with that, like seeing that happen, there's the sort of underlying sadness that comes with it, because it kind of, it's like what like just Fonny said, it's kind of that feeling of comfort that you're used to these kind of people, you're used to the interactions, you, even if like you're not super close, at least you know them more than you know like a complete stranger, for example. So when you see that like growing apart and slowly happening, and it doesn't feel like there's much you can do, it kind of feels painful watching it happen. And obviously like the eventual part, like the end of it would be like completely drifting apart and like not talking anymore. And it is painful. I've had to part with some people in my life, and it was not easy at all. And even thinking about it, most of the times I don't want to think about it because I still remember them. I still remember all the beliefs and values that we used to share and we no longer share, or the things we used to do together that we no longer do. So yeah, but I mean, I guess it's part of the growth process. Are you kidding me? Pillagers. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow, I need to stop getting sidetracked. So yeah, it's kind of sad seeing it happen, but I mean, it's part of the growth process. It's part of seeing yourself grow, and like you have to eventually go through this and part ways with these people, because not everybody grows at the same. Where are they going? Anyways, yeah, this is part of the growth process, and it's part of the things that happen. Not everybody is growing at the same pace, so sometimes you will have to outgrow people. It's weird to say that they're not like clothes or anything, but yeah, you just have to kind of go through that, even though it's really painful. And I'm by no means saying that it is something easy to do or something that, yeah, if you need to cut people out of your life, like cut them out of your life and like be done with it. It's a process, and I'd say even with the people that I've cut out of my life, I'm still in that process of like completely letting go and acknowledging it. Like obviously we don't talk anymore, but yeah, it's still a process, still something I have to deal with, and kind of have to say, yeah, this part of my life, or this aspect of my life, this person that was part of my life is no longer a part of it, and I have to move on, as painful as that may be. So yeah. Hopefully this didn't get too like sad or depressing, but it is part of reality, I guess. So it's something that I've had to deal with, and I guess it's something that we all kind of had to deal with at some point in our lives. But even with that, like, I won't say that I regret having to part with the people that I've parted with, and even the people that I'm growing apart from. Like, I can't force it and say, no, we shouldn't split apart. We've been good friends for, like, I don't know, like a certain number of years, and so like we should never part ways. Where did these pillagers go? I'm pretty sure they were. Where did they go? They're right here, weren't they? Seriously, wait, did they despawn or something? I mean, they were here. And they're okay, they're there. Okay. So yeah, like, it's not wow, I've completely lost my train of thought. It's like growing through it, and like regret. Yeah, I don't regret having it, because I know that it's probably for a good reason that I've parted with the people I've parted with, and the people that I'm slowly growing apart from. Yeah, if it was supposed to happen, like if we're supposed to grow closer and still share the same beliefs, I guess that will happen if it's supposed to happen. And that's not to say that relationships and like friendships and all that don't take work. Obviously they do take work, and you should be willing to put in that work, like to mend the friendship if it's going a ways. And I wouldn't say, like, for my current friends, I wouldn't say that the friendships are like splitting apart and all of that. It's just kind of stagnant since high school. It's weird to say that. I mean, yeah, like we still talk and all that, but in terms of how close we are, it doesn't, at least for me, it doesn't feel like we're any closer than we've been since high school. At least from me to them. Maybe for them within themselves, they're closer, but I guess for me, it hasn't really gotten any closer than what it was in high school. And I won't complain. I won't complain because it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, it is what it is. And the other thing too, like even in like university, like as I am in university currently, it's kind of the same thing. Like I've made friends like with classmates and all that, and I can each group, like there are different groups in the class. It's not like huge groups. We're only about like I think about 8, including me. But even like then, I can easily like fit into any group that I choose at any time of the day, at any point in time. But I think the times that I really like noticed that wow, I'm not really like part of a group, although I would say like even with that, like I have some closer friends than others in the class, if I were to say that. But it's usually when like we're walking home, and we're usually taking like the same route as when we came to school or to university, the campus, and then especially like if it's like a big group, like we're all seemingly going the same way and we're leaving at the same time, then I kind of exist in between the two groups. So maybe like one group they're talking and they're ahead of me, and the other group they're talking and they're behind me, and I'm kind of in the middle. And then I like really realize like wow, I'm not really part of a group like that. Like sure, I can fit into anyone that I choose, but it just becomes really apparent then, and I wonder like will there ever be a time where I actually like fit in, like really fit in, like I have a group of friends that I can say like yeah, really we don't just like mesh together, but like I really feel a part of this group, I really feel like I fit in. And I haven't really felt that yet, I guess. It's still something I'm trying to work on. It's still something I'm trying to kind of find or search for, I guess. I mean, do you search for these kind of things? I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. It's, I guess it's something you kind of try and do and try and find, or maybe sometimes it does find you, I guess. Yeah, maybe sometimes it does find you. And I guess the other parts or the things that I realize is at least one of the aspects that we don't like share the same values in, or not the same interests, what I say, is in like topics, like deeper topics, philosophical topics. I can more or less like talk about the surface stuff, like the surface topics, like the weather and the I don't know, yeah, I guess the weather is the most easy surface topic I can think of right now. But like, I'm not a very surfacey kind of guy. I say I don't find much interest in talking about the surface level things, because I mean I guess everybody like kind of talks about the surface level things, like yeah, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm good. And how are you doing? Yeah, I'm good. Or like, how's the weather? And the weather's it's nice. It's cold, or it's hot, or somewhere in the middle. And sure, like, of course, like you don't start a conversation by saying something like, yeah, and what was your like deepest childhood fear or something like that. That's just weird. You don't walk up even like to your closest friends and like, hey, what's your deepest childhood fear? But I would say like I would prefer like to have those kind of conversations, those kind of, not like just the dark, depressing and moody ones, but like just the deeper conversations, like what have you been really thinking about lately, and things like what has struck you the most or something you found really interesting, and like maybe why do you find it interesting, those kind of things. So I would say I definitely agree with just Fani, like having this space, this YouTube space to be able to like just talk about things, whatever is on my mind, and like fully explore them or just talk about them at whichever length feels comfortable, and share my thoughts without even like trying to, sound like a philosopher or like some kind of like great mind or like well-learned teacher or anything. Just spilling out the thoughts as they are and exploring whatever things I've been thinking about. It's been kind of liberating, and it's really nice to be able to like I said, make this kind of content. I'm not like trying to act or not trying to like put up a show or a persona or like boost my energy up to like 10. It's just talking about the stuff that I'm genuinely interested in and things that I've thought about or I'm thinking about or have wrestled with or maybe even still wrestling with. And yeah, I just prefer the more deeper thought out questions. Like obviously like anybody can tell you, oh, they're fine or they're doing good, but I guess not many people actually say what's on their mind and say like how they're really feeling. Like some people feel, I know it's not, of course it's not like every situation that is comfortable for people to share what they're really thinking about and maybe what they're going through, but even with that, like it's something I prefer to actually talk about and dive into, because some people actually aren't feeling great, they're not feeling 100% or they're not feeling fine, but they'll say they're fine because it's just the easier answer to say, like, isn't it? It's like it's much easier. Hold on, I keep hearing pillagers and that doesn't make sense because I did kill them. So anyways, yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, some people actually don't feel fine and they say they're fine, and I guess like as humans too, like it's much easier to say that we're fine when we're not fine, because one, you may not even like want to, I don't know, burden this person. It's a weird way to put it, but that's, at least that's what goes to my mind. Like you don't want to burden this person who just asked you how you're doing, and then like you pour out like, I'm not doing fine, my life feels like a complete mess or whatever, and I want to say okay, not going in there. Yeah, they don't want to like burden somebody with all this going on, but just being able to have that kind of person to just listen and maybe not even like give advice, because that's especially like with this, like I'm not here trying to like give people advice on like you should do this and you should, no, these are just like thoughts that I've thought about, and if you can take a lesson from it, I mean, I'm glad you're able to take a lesson from it, but the whole point is not to teach people like give like, hey, this is what you should do, or tell people what to do. Like you make up your mind for yourself. But I'd rather like somebody tell me how they're really feeling and how they're really doing, rather than just I'm fine, I'm okay. So even when I ask, I kind of like I leave the person, when I ask that question like, how are you doing, at times like even I make the mistake of I ask how you're doing and I just like I'm waiting for the quick answer, but usually I try to be more how do I put this, more intentional when I ask how somebody is doing, because I generally want to hear how you're really doing, not the the surface like, oh yeah, I'm okay, I'm doing fine, and then move on with life. Because it really, I would say like I've experienced it where I've had some people like really listen to me when I say like I'm not doing fine, or they ask how I'm doing, and I like tell them how I'm really doing, and they really listen, and it's been a huge help. And wait, are they? Oh my goodness, have they been here this whole time? What's ow? How is there a whole army waiting for me? These people keep ruining my train of thought. Ow. Okay, I hope I don't die. How did... Okay, well, that happened. Oh jeez, I hope I can get my stuff back. Yeah, back to what I was saying. Shoot, I keep losing my train of thought. Yeah, I've had people like really listen to me when I say like I'm not doing okay or I'm not fine, and they really like hear me out, and it's been, there's a certain kind of freedom that comes with it when somebody actually like listens and hears you out and what you're going through, without whether or not they're trying to like give you advice or not. Just having that person to like really listen goes a very, very long way, and I can definitely attest to that. Will I be able to get my stuff though? Okay. So yeah, this has been my thoughts on like it can really go a huge way when somebody actually like they're actively listening to you, like they're not using their phone and they're not distracted, like their whole attention is just given to you, like to hear about what you're going through, and it really goes a long way. So yeah, I'll definitely keep trying, or I definitely want to keep trying to be more intentional when I ask that question, not just like to get the quick answer like out of courtesy. Obviously courtesy is there, but like to actually hear somebody like say how they're really doing, rather than get the quick answer because I'm trying to at least appear polite, if that's the word to use. And yeah, it's, I guess like even with this, like it's kind of funny though, like I've done so many, what did I say, so many just gonna get my stuff back. Nice. So like I've done so many episodes or like videos in this world. It's just stepping aside from the topic. I've done so many like episodes and like videos of this world, and I've never like barely had any like, you know, like action or like enemies to fight, like maybe like one or two, but like I make like one video, just like random video, just like recording, and then all the enemies I don't know, once one, there he is. How am I gonna do this? I'm just gonna jump. Yep. Okay, he probably had piercing because I had my shield up. Anyways, yeah, it's like I made so many videos, and like now like this one video, like all the action is happening. But I mean, yeah, I guess that's life. I guess like sometimes it all happens at once, sometimes it's bit by bit. So yeah, I mean, it's been pretty eventful, I guess. But yeah, I guess I keep saying yeah. I guess that's kind of it, and that's my thoughts. And what's a chicken doing here? It's okay. But I am looking forward. I'm looking forward to the time where I can have that friend group. Okay. Hello there. And he's gone. Okay. So yeah, I guess I am looking forward to the time, or yeah, the time in my life when I can have that kind of friend group that I actually feel like I belong in, and people that I actually want to like talk to and stuff. But yeah, with all that being said, I guess that's all I have for now, and yeah, take care.